Hello everyone! My name is Kiara and this is my friend Dewina. Today we're going to tell you the definition of translation and how many methods in translation. So check this out! What is translation? According to Google, translation is a process of translating words or text from one language to another language, or a process of moving something from one place to another.
There are two methods in translating: source language emphasis and target language emphasis. On the source language emphasis, the translating oriented in source language. And for the target language emphasis, it is the opposite, where it is oriented to the reader in target language.
For the source language emphasis, there are 4 techniques. Number 1 is word-by-word translation. Number 2 is literal translation. Number 3 is faithful translation. And number 4, or the last, is semantic translation. What is word-by-word translation? Word-by-word translation is we translate the text word by word. For example, I want to go to New York. And in Indonesia or in the target language, it will be sound, saya akan pergi ke New York. What is literal translation? Literal translation can be said as linear translation. Literal translation is between word-by-word translation and free translation. In this process, the translator should define the grammatical constructions for the source language that flows from the target language. For example, it's raining cats and dog. In Indonesia or in the target language, it will be sound, ini hujan kucing dan anjing. But it doesn't make sense, right? So in this literal translation, like we change a little bit the words so it will make sense to people hear it. It's raining cats and dog. And in Indonesia or the target language, it will be sound, ini hujan deras.
What is faithful translation? In faithful translation, the translator seeks to reproduce the contextual meaning of the original language precisely within the limits of the grammatical structure of the target language. And the results of faithful translation sometimes still feel stiff and a little bit weird to be heard. For example, I have quite a few friends. In Indonesia or in the target language, it will be sound, saya mempunyai sama sekali tidak banyak teman. It sounds a little bit weird, right? But that is the faithful translation. What is semantic translation? Semantic translation is more flexible than faithful translation. Faithful translation is more rigid and doesn't compromise with target language rules, or is more tied to source language. In contrast to faithful translation, semantic translation must consider the aesthetic element of the source language by compromising meaning while still within the limits of reasonableness. For example, he is a bookworm. In Indonesia or in the target language, it would be sound, dia dalam kurung laki-laki adalah seorang yang suka sekali membaca. The bookworm phrase is translated flexibly according to the cultural context and functional limitation accepted in the target language. But the translation is not quite right and should be translated as dia kutu buku.
In target language, there are 4 methods. The first one is adaptation translation. The second one is free translation. The third is idiomatic translation. And the last one is communicative translation. Adaptation methods are the most free form of translation as they were really near to target language. Adaptation terms are accepted as long as there is no theme, characteristic, or plot that being sacrificed. For example, we are translating a screenplay scenario. We have to maintain the original characteristic of each character, but we should adapt the dialogue from source language to target language culture. Free translation is the method where it's focused on the contents rather than the structured text. The purpose of these methods is for the reader in target language to get the message more clearly. Idiomatic translation use the original form from the source language according to their grammatical structure and lexical choice. Sometimes it doesn't look like it's already translated. The expression of I can relate to that could be translated as aku mengerti maksudnya. Also, the expression of tell me I'm not in a cage now could be translated as ayolah, udah aku semangat bahwa aku sudah bebas. The last one is communicative translation. They are making efforts to translate the contextual meaning in source language, including the linguistic aspect and the contents aspect. The word spine in spines in old reef sediment will be translated as spina by biologists, but it will be translated as duri for common reader that doesn't have any biology background.
Okay everyone, so that's it.
I hope you guys can learn from what we're saying today. Thank you!